very warm welcome and good morning to our honorable guests, students, and teachers. My name is Masuma. I will be your moderator for the day. We are gathered here for a very rare yet important event to get to know about some faceless warriors who have selflessly aided the community while expecting nothing in return. We are honored to have them amongst us today. We will be hearing each. We begin. Let's start with a recitation of Holy Quran and the national anthems.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
In the name of Allah, the entirely merciful, the especially merciful.
Al-Qari'ah.
The striking calamity.
Mal-Qari'ah.
What is the striking calamity?
وَمَا أَدْرَاكَ مَا الْقَارِعَةُ.
And what can make you know what is the striking calamity?
يَوْمَ يَكُونُ النَّاسُ كَالْفَرَاشِ الْمَبْثُوثِ.
It is the day when people will be like moths, dispersed.
وَتَكُونُ الْجِبَالُ كَالْعِهْنِ الْمَنفُوشِ.
And the mountains will be like wool fluffed up.
فَأَمَّا مَنْ ثَقُلَتْ مَوَازِينُهُ.
Then as for one whose scales are heavy with good deeds,
فَهُوَ فِي عِيشَةٍ رَاضِيَةٍ.
he will be in a pleasant life.
وَأَمَّا مَنْ خَفَّتْ مَوَازِينُهُ.
But as for one whose scales are light,
فَأُمُّهُ هَاوِيَةٌ.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे.
I would like to express my sincere gratitude to our management for allowing us to initiate this event. Our principal, Ms. Karen Robinson, for encouraging us, and our admin manager, Mr. Fahim, and our leading team, Mr. Nazar, Ms. Sindhu, and Ms. Tahseen, for all the support they have rendered in making these events a success. We have paired up our newly elected senior and junior office bearers who would be taking the role of the masters of the ceremony and will be carrying this program forward. We have two masters of ceremony for the event. The first master of ceremony is played by our tireless and committed Deputy Head Boy Muhammad Farhan. Our fourth master of ceremony is played by our keen and enthusiastic environmental captain Nandu Srilal. Before I hand over the stage to our masters of the ceremony, let's watch a quick recap of the last episode. let us hear from some more faceless heroes in this episode. I welcome you all to the NIMS Dubai Human Library. Over to you, Master of the Ceremony.
Greetings from NIMS. I am Muhammad Farhan, is with the second episode of Unsung Heroes of COVID War. Now, let's meet our second group of heroes.
Good afternoon to all. I would like to introduce our guest who is playing the role of books for this human library session. Let me introduce our first panelist, Mr. Major Rakesh. Major Rakesh got enrolled in the Indian Army in 1995 as a combatant officer. Dedicating his prime youth in the service of the nation, he voluntarily served the insurgency-prone sectors almost his entire life, army tenure for about 10 years, and actively planned and led various operations at various team sizes at different levels. He actually planned in the Operation Vijay in 1999. Major Rakesh, through his own resources and efforts, operates a non-profitable nursery school for non-privileged children for the society in Delhi named Surya School. And it is actively involved in many social initiatives, including those for the martyrs and ex-servicemen. He is an active member of the Kranti group and worked day and night to help the humanity during the pandemic. Thank you, sir, for honoring us with your esteemed presence.
Thank you so much. It's my pleasure indeed.
Along with Major Rakesh, we also have Ms. Rachna and Mr. Paramjit, who are active members of Kranti Group. Ms. Rachna Alanewala trained as an architect with over 25 years of experience specializing in retail environment design, store planning, hospitality interiors, and visual communication. Currently, she heads the interdisciplinary design firm. She actively worked to help the people in need.
Next, we have Mr. Paramjit Singh, a chartered accountant having more than 7 years experience in commerce, accounts, and taxation. Part of the Kanti Group, a non-profitable organization which is involved in helping people stuck in distress during the pandemic.
Thank you, Nandu. Now, let me introduce J. Krishna Prasad, head of Hosur Corona Task Force Team, Hosur, Tamil Nadu. The third generation entrepreneur having a rich experience in international real estate, infrastructure, and investment advisor Asia Pacific for GIS, including USA.
Here, we have a fourth panelist, Mr. Naushad Ali, one of the admin of Hosur Corona Task Force Team, Hosur, Tamil Nadu, India. He is a third generation entrepreneur having a rich experience in automobile, real estate, investment advisor. Apart from this, he is a fully active into social service, COVID task force for arranging beds, oxygen, ventilator supports through our group, giving a financial support and groceries for the poor and needy people. We thank all the panelists for joining us today. Sir, we have few questions sent by our students. Let's take the first question.
Greetings to one and all. My name is Muhammad Amir Hamza and I'm from grade 60. My question is, fighting with COVID is just like fighting in the war front. What was the most unforgettable moment in this fight? Thank you.
I expect the question is clear.
Major Rakesh, would you like to take this question? Or we may start with Miss Rachna.
Can you hear me?
Yes,
So
we can hear you.
So I'll
Yes,
answer
sir.
this. First of all, thank you for a very relevant and pertinent question. So, to come straight to the question and what is the most unforgettable moment during this time? So, to be honest, this cannot be really worded as one moment or one incident, because the havoc created by the pandemic and the sufferings which people have to go through all across, and especially in India, because India's second wave, we know it was very, very harsh, and it took a big toll. So, the movements which are really so terrifying, or which torments you, are, when you see yourself helpless, even despite of the fact that you put in your 100%, you are doing, you're working 24 into 7. But even then, if you are not able to, produce the relevant result, like for example, somebody needing a ICU, or somebody needing a specific medicine or a injection, so those are the moments which you really feel, that one is really so helpless, that you, despite of the fact that you want to go all out, and you want to, like, the moderator mentioned that it is like a war. So for people like me, it is nothing else but a war itself, because we belong to that particular domain, the army. So we feel that it is a war which is on, and when you're not able to help people when the war is on, of course you feel very frustrated, and those are the moments which one would like to forget. Thank you so much.
MCs, do you have more questions?
I think we would like to ask Ms. Rachna the same question. We were about to start with her. So she'll be taking this question. As in our previous group, already we heard that yes, how I'll say how strongly Ms. Rachna over there. So it can say that yes, if she's there with a group, and the whole group is fond of her, that they were knowing it, that yes, if we are calling her and messaging her, you'll be getting a help for sure. So how about you, Ms. Rachna? You're on mute, ma'am. You're on mute.
Thank you so much for the session today. Thank you. Really grateful for it. I think there were lots of moments which are unforgettable. Can't name one or two, but like really precious ones. There was one which I am really remembering, was this ECMO case where we were trying for an ECMO, is like almost like the lungs are completely gone, and the patient is very, very critical. It's like really, really difficult for that survival. And we were talking to the patient, and we actually got the bed. And when I called the attendant, she said the patient is already recovering and he doesn't need ECMO. So the need was gone, and that was the most precious moment, because I felt that it was the lady was so happy that her husband is recovering, and he doesn't need the ECMO anymore. I think that I was actually happy, even if with all the efforts of say 3 or 4 days to get that specific requirement, if that was not needed, is what was making us happier than actually putting the patient on the ECMO. So that was something really special. And I think we helped a lot of women to deliver during the whole thing. We tried to at least, especially pregnant ladies, get them to a proper hospital. And there was one case in Mumbai where this case of a 7-month-old pregnant lady came in the night, and we created a huge shout out on Twitter and the BMC, and everybody was aligned, and we got the bed and ambulance. And when we called them, they said, we don't want to move right now. We will wait for morning, and we will take it from there. So they were quite chilled out, but we generally as volunteers take it very seriously, and kind of try to give them help. But they were right, at the patient at this moment, it's not right to take a pregnant lady so late in the night, so let her relax, and next day morning is when we move. Yeah, so some little moments which were important.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I would also like to ask a question. We all have been hearing about the third wave that may also strike the world. What's your views about it? Are we ready to face and handle it?
I think the government is taking a lot of steps to ensure that.
What are your views about this? Hello, sir.
Hi, Mr. Paramplete. Are we audible?
Sir, you're mute, sir.
Yeah, hi. There's some signal issue out here. That's why. Yeah, if you can just repeat the question once. There's a signal issue out here.
Sir, we have been hearing about the third wave that may also strike the world.
Yeah.
What are your views about it? Can we face and handle it?
It cannot be avoided until we don't get fully vaccination done for everyone. But yes, the after effects, the effects of this third wave can definitely be taken care and controlled of. And I hope everyone is coordinating and it will be taken care of.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable words.
Let's take another question from the audience.
Greetings to one and all. I'm Muhammad Ismail from 8th D. My question is, what's your message to the people in this COVID warfare? Thank you.
I'll just take this. I'll just take this on.
Yes, sir, sure.
Am I audible to you all?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Exactly.
So even right now, I had informed the organizer that from last 2 days I'm in the hills of northern part of the country, and we are going from villages to villages in order to sensitize and make people aware about the entire episode and do and don'ts of the COVID. So the even it is linked to the last question which was asked. So the clear message which is there for all of us, be it kids, youth, adults, anybody, the senior citizens, is that we need to ensure all precautions. Number one. Number two, we should actually behave in a very disciplined manner in order to really avoid this. So as they say, it's an old saying that prevention is better than cure. So we have to first of all focus on preventing it rather than getting inflicted and thereafter looking for cure and all. Unfortunately, one of the major reason which has been there for the second wave of or even a very very common spread of the virus is that there is a severe lack of discipline amongst the people. We do not follow the rules and regulations, and also we do not sensitize others as to how to ignore and avoid it. I'm pretty sure that this is a very small word, discipline, but it has got huge implications and it has got a lot of meaning. So if we really inculcate these kind of habits where we maintain all the do's and don'ts, and then we maintain the rules and regulations, and also we take care very very deliberately that we don't leave a single iota of doubt in order to violate the norms, it will be a lot better if we do it. That's what the people need to do, because they're not the experts, they're not the doctors, but as normal human beings, we must be disciplined, we must obey the rules and regulations, and we must obey the don'ts of the pandemic. That is what is my message to all of us. Thank you so much. Okay.
Thank you, sir. This question I would like to ask each one of you. Share one of the experience that is closest to your heart and the most valuable lesson that you have learned through this. I think my question is clear.
Everyone is open to the question.
Yeah.
Would anyone like to pick up?
Sure. Can I do?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Can you just repeat once again, please? I'm sorry.
Sure, sir. Sure.
Yeah.
Share one of the experience that is closest to your heart and the most valuable lesson that you have learned through this.
Yeah. This one regarding the first lockdown. everyone was unaware the invisible enemy of Corona. So what happened? I'm in the state. I'm in Tamil Nadu. We have a neighboring border state of Karnataka, which is around 12 kilometers, and our Hosur town is the gateway to the entire South India. So we still town with a lot of migrant people. So what happened once the lockdown announced, people are not aware of anything. So issues happened like infrastructure, like food and this one, other things. So what happened when we were discussing about the first thing which came when government locked down completely. So there was a shortage of food grains, vegetables, and a lot of other things. So people could not do anything because wherever in Tamil Nadu we have vegetable markets, open markets we have. So due to that one, lot of positive cases happened. So we suggested government to lock down that one. So during that government was asking us some suggestions how to go ahead. So I gave one suggestion like to implement a veg on wheel project, like whatever the fruits and vegetables should be given to every lane, every house, so that there won't be any issue. People won't come out of the house and they can take it. So like that, there was many challenges. Most of the people didn't allow. Then as a challenge, I started with 45 vehicles. Then with that challenge, we controlled almost 70% of the people stopped coming out of houses. After then, with that our implementation, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister, he knew the news and he started implementing the same formula to the entire state. And our state was the first to implement, our city was the first to implement this project. So I was very happy that based on this, our people was, we can safeguard our people. Second thing, being a neighboring border state of Karnataka, a lot of vehicles come down every day to our border. So around a lot of people were coming in many routes, illegal routes. So what I did, we blocked all the routes. I arranged a tower. Sorry. Yeah, I arranged a tower, and with that, this one we controlled everything. So with that one, with that all our efforts, team efforts, Hosur was the only district which come under greener zone, where entire India and other state was under red zone. So that was our first year experience. Second year, then after then, there was a lot of issues happened with migrant laborers, because most of the people from all parts of India work in Hosur. Hosur is one of the biggest industrial town with lakhs of people working here. So there was an issue where most of the people were about to return. There was no food for them. So immediately we rushed, we took all the details, we gave food for everybody with our friends. Then there was an issue, challenging issue, where all migrant people were about to leave to their places through train. There was no food for them. There was nothing. So what we did, we immediately arranged all food packets, everything, and we sent them very safely. To even today, they are very much appreciating us, our efforts. That's the thing. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for that wonderful words.
Sure.
Now, Ms. Rajna, would you also like to share your experience?
Okay, so you asked about the experience as well as a lesson.
Yes, sure.
So actually, in terms of experience, I'm not sharing one, but I will just say that I am in Bombay. I was handling the NCR region, which is, and I'm all the time, I'm currently in Bombay, and understanding the entire geography of Delhi, understanding the hospitals, understanding the needs. So the whole point was that because, and I'm an architect, I have no clue about hospitals or no clue about what, but the need was so urgent and so critical that one needed to get into it. And we browse so much on internet, and kids also, like you guys are so much knowledge with you. And that's what we became. We became desktop warriors. We were only looking at information on internet, and then verifying it, and taking it further. And it was a team effort. We were like Marvel Avengers actually. So all of us were part of the team and fighting the war. And it can't be a credit to one person. It was to each one of us, because you needed the support of the whole team to even help one individual or one person in need. So that's the most valuable lesson, was the team effort and the teamwork and the dedication. And being a volunteer is, you're not being paid for anything. It's just you feel that's the right thing to do at the right time, and you just go ahead with it. So as Winston Churchill said, you make a living by what you get, but what you give is when you make a life. So that's the most valuable lesson I learned, and I would like to tell you guys to be like that and be a volunteer. It's even selfish, because it makes you feel better about yourself, and you're doing something for the country and for people and for everyone. So try to inculcate that whole, and have volunteering experience in your life as you go on.
Great, ma'am. Thank you for your words. Ms. Masuma, you can continue.
Thank you so much, Farhan, and thank you, everyone. I just have one last question, an awkward question. What is one funny or awkward experience you can recall during this pandemic? Does anyone want to share with us any awkward or funny stories?
I'll add one. You can say it funny. It was one of those incidents where we had sent an ambulance for taking up the patient and shifting him to a nearby hospital. Now, the lanes in that area, it was in Dwarka and Delhi. The lanes of that particular society were too narrow, and the ambulance could not go till the end of the house. So once the ambulance reached there, the ambulance driver informed me that he is there, and the family was totally hunting for where is the ambulance. So I used to call up the ambulance and tell him that blow the horn, blow the siren. I used to blow the siren, and I used to ask them on the phone, where is, have you been able to find the ambulance? They used to say, we are able to hear him, but we don't know where it is. So this all went twice, thrice, and for the fourth time, I had to tell the ambulance guy to do a full round of that area. So they were like, the ambulance voice is gone down, now it's coming up, but we are not able to find the ambulance. After 15 minutes, they found the ambulance. It was just behind their house. So that was one incident, that ambulance was just near down their house, but they were not able to find the ambulance in 15 minutes, and they were like, we're able to hear it, but we are not able to see it. It was like an invisible ambulance down their society.
Oh my God, thank you so much for
and the
sharing
patient was
the
waiting for 15 minutes that whether I'll be moving or not.
Thank you so much for sharing the story of the invisible ambulance. Mr. Rakesh, Major Rakesh, would you like to share any funny or awkward moment you faced?
Major, for your information, moderator, Major Rakesh just left because he was already on ground. So I think we can just ask this question from Ms. Rachna, Ms. JP. For sure, moments of few tickling things are there. Then we are working so seriously, helping people, and suddenly something happen, and it brings smiles on our face. And there might be so many of them. If you can share one with us, Rachna, and after that, JP sir, if you can share any one incident that you still remember and you smile when you recall all those things.
I don't know whether it's funny or some, don't know. There was this lady who was with a child, a 15-year-old child, and I was handling that case for a week. Because of the child, because the child was taking care of his mother alone at home, it was a little scary situation, because he had to switch over from a concentrator to a cylinder, refill of cylinders, take care of his mother's oxygen levels and medicines. So a little scary. And we got a lot of help from Twitter. Like we had 3 days, we had continuously got an ambulance standing down to take the mother to the hospital, but the family just refused. So every day we had an ambulance coming in, standing there for 50 minutes, 1 hour, but the patient would not move. The family, which is not even there, is taking a decision on her behalf and the kid's behalf that she cannot be moved. It's too risky to go to the hospital. And they were okay with a child taking care of his mother, which was very scary bit. But thankfully, we managed to get a BiPAP and a nurse, and the cylinders are at home, and she's recovered. So thankfully, yeah, it's not an awkward, but it was like a whole drill which happened every night.
Wonderful. Mr. Jayaprakash, would you like to share any funny story or awkward moment you faced?
Sure. In fact, last time when I was in Bangalore, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu check post, where we were stopping every vehicle so that we don't want to get any new cases to our place. So during that time, while we were checking every vehicle, there was one posh SUV came there with a flag and other thing. So immediately he started rushing. Then I stopped him. Then he told, "I am this minister vehicle." Then I told, "So what?" I told, "Sir, you have to check everything. If you have the pass, you can come in." Then immediately told, "I will call anybody and I can do anything." Then I told, "Okay, whatever you want to do it." Then immediately I went there and I saw there was no one except that. So he was showing all this one. Then immediately I took a photograph of that one. Immediately I made it. I tweeted to the Home Minister. The next day it came into papers. He was sacked.
Thank you so much for sharing this with us, sir. I would like to hand over the stage to the MC again.
Thank you, Ms. Masuma. Now, let's pay tribute to one of our school's superhero, Mr. Ahmadullah, who is a multitasker. During his work at school, he wears many hats. Sometimes we see him doing the job of a security officer. At the other moment, he's a bus driver and many more. He's always there to help each and everyone in his vicinity. Let's see what he had to share with us.
अहमद भाई अस्सलाम वालेकुम। आपको हम देखते हैं कि आप बहुत से रोल्स जो है और बहुत से टास्क आप करते हैं। हम आपको कभी देखते हैं कि ड्राइविंग भी करते हैं और ड्राइविंग के साथ साथ सिक्योरिटी का काम भी करते हैं, ग्राउंड्स में आपको देखते हैं और आप जो है पेरेंट्स के साथ भी बहुत हेल्प करते हैं। तो इतनी सारी जो है जो रोल्स हैं आप कैसे कर लेते हैं? आया उसके पीछे कोई मोटिवेशन है या आप किसी से इंस्पायर्ड हैं? तो आप हमारे साथ शेयर करें। आप क्या कहना चाहते हैं इसके बारे में?
बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। वालेकुम अस्सलाम वरहमतुल्लाहि वबरकातुहू। सबसे पहली बात यह है कि मैं एक पसमानदा और गरीब ख़ानदान से ताल्लुक़ रखता हूँ, फैमिली से ताल्लुक़ रखता हूँ। मैं काम करते थे तो मेरे वाले साहब जो है ना इस जॉब के साथ साथ दूसरे काम भी करते थे, मतलब कि एक्स्ट्रा काम 2-3 काम और भी करते थे। इसलिए मैं सबसे बड़ा था, सब मेरे से छोटे थे, तो मैं अपने वाले साहब को देखते देखते मेरे दिल में एक वो जज्बा पैदा हो गया कि मैं भी इंशाल्लाह बड़ा होके ऐसा ही इंशाल्लाह काम करूँगा, ऐसा ही मेहनत करूँगा। तो इसलिए मैं इंशाल्लाह अपना अभी जहाँ भी मैंने काम किया हुआ है, किधर भी मैं काम करता हूँ तो अपने दिल से काम करता हूँ और मुखलिस के साथ मैं है ना अपने जॉब के साथ मुखलिस हूँ और बड़ी खुशनसीबी के साथ बड़े अच्छे तरीके से जो है ना मैं इसको हैंडल करता हूँ। और मुझे खुशी होती है कि जिसके साथ मैं हेल्प करूँ, चाहे कोई भी हो, चाहे बच्चा हो, चाहे पेरेंट्स हो, चाहे कोई भी हो, इवन कोई भी स्टाफ हो, तो मुझे खुशी महसूस होती है कि मैं इसके साथ हेल्प करूं और कोशिश करता हूं कि और भी ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हेल्प करूं। तो इसलिए जो है ना मैं इसको एक अपना इबादत समझता हूँ है कि हलाल रिज़्क़ कमाना ये भी एक इबादत है। तो इसलिए मैं सच्चे दिल से अपने इसको अपना आप समझ करके काम करता हूँ। तो मुझे खुशी महसूस होती है कि इनके साथ हेल्प कर दूं या कोई और मतलब है कि मदद कर दूं, तो मुझे खुशी महसूस होती है। और उसके पीछे मेरे वालिद साहब उसका जो है ना सपोर्ट था, मोटिवेशन था, तो इस हिसाब से मुझे खुशी महसूस होती है। और मैं इंशाल्लाह जहाँ भी काम करूँ, चाहे इधर है चाहे किस जगह भी है, तो मैं उसको अपने आप मतलब अपना काम समझ करके उसको मैं करने के लिए कोशिश करता हूँ कि मुझसे जितना भी हो सके इंशाल्लाह मैं सबकी हेल्प करूँगा इंशाल्लाह। अस्सलाम वालेकुम।
That's indeed good.
Ahmed bhai.
Thank you all for your participation. Over to you, Miss Masuma.
Farhan, it was a surprise even for me that you'll be picking up somebody from here and projecting them like that. I want to introduce him to our guests over there. He's also not less than a book because he has lots of stories to tell our student here, and he's always available and doing work more than his job, timings. And he's the one, I think he's have same kind of importance that our head will be having in a school because he's so close to people and always available. And I think we're learning a lesson because you all are from a different kind of field from the post, and he from ground level person, and but the zeal is same, that if he's helping one or he's helping two, so he's always there. And thank you so much, Farhan, for introducing and bringing him over there on a picture. I think at least it will bring a smile on his face as well. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome, ma'am. Miss Masuma, you can continue.
Thank you, Farhan. What a wonderful session it was. Finally, to express our gratitude to all our guests for the time and valuable input they have shared with us today, I would like to call our very dynamic and visionary head of section, Ms. Supriya Sehgal, to present a small token of appreciation. Over to you, Ms. Supriya.
Thank you so much, Ms. Masuma. Luckily, the weather is on our side because it's very hot here in Dubai. And sun is also helping us to say, first of all, helped us to warmly welcome you, and now helping us to thank you for taking out time from your busy schedule. And I know all of us means for us it's Saturday here. Maybe some of you will be working there because Friday and Saturday is off here, and we used to work on Sunday. So hopefully tomorrow you can rest as you gave us time. And time have more important than money, because money can be gained again, but time that is past cannot be gained. So thanks a lot for adding your piece of life over there for us. And I hope our kids will be motivated. And after hearing this experience, they will also adding on this volunteership in their life and taking it further. And human library, we are people from different places of the society, and you are a live example in front of us, and you might have felt also. We just took few questions. Generally, there's a bombardment of questions when we were earlier doing online live sessions. But in online session, because of the time foundation, we were not able to take much. But you all really graced this session, and with your presence, I think we will able to add on value in our kids' life. So thank you so much from bottom of my heart, and on behalf of New Indian Model School Management and staff and the people who are working for this program. Thank you so much, Rachna. Thank you so much, Param.
Thank you
so much, JP sir. And I think we'll be starting with Mr. Rakesh for sure. If he's not here, he can see that in the recording. Thank you so much, Mr. Rakesh, for just taking out time. He was on ground, but he participated over there. So thank you so much for just coming up over there. Yes. Yeah, thank you so much, Ms. Archana. Please accept this small token of appreciation from our school management side, and we'll be sharing the soft copy with you soon.
Thank you.
So much
Thank
for
you so
taking our
much.
time. You just added value to this program. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Same with you, Param. Thank you is the only word I can repeatedly say again, and again, and I know that is not enough. But thank you so much. Please accept the gratitude from our side as a token of appreciation. Thank you so much. And now, last but not the least, JB sir, I know you're sitting in office, especially for this meeting. And thank you so much for taking our time and just settling it over there. I hope you all will not be stopping it here, and we'll accept our invitation if we'll be calling you again, because your experiences are not recorded yet in a book, but as a human book, you played a great role. So thanks a lot. And as you all are unsung hero, I would like to just catch this opportunity and just click a selfie with all of you. So I request the moderator to please put it on the full screen mode so we can just click a pictures with our guest. Shall we keep on the gallery view, please? I request everybody to keep the camera on.
Shoot Master, let us know when you're ready.
And I think we know when we have the heroes with us, so which action we have to do. Students, are you ready? Fine. 1.
Yes, ma'am.
The right hand. 2, 3. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Supriya. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's a wonderful session.
Bye.
Kindness is sprouting in various hues, shades, and formats from many quarters, known and unknown. It was depicted by our unsung heroes in all the shapes and forms, beyond the constraints of time, sacrificing the emotions and sentiments of their own families. Once normalcy is restored and we are back to our busy schedules, and the coronavirus becomes a chapter of the past, a story to pass it on to the next generation, if we fail to remember these people, we will be blamed for being thoroughly unjust towards humanity. They deserve our incessant gratitude. Let's wind up the session with a vote of thanks by Ms. Masarat, the head of English Department, Middle Section, NIMS Dubai. Over to you, Ms. Masarat. Is Ms. Masarat here?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, she's here.
Perfect.
Honorable Chief Guest, respected leaders, heads of department, supervisors, teachers, dear students, and their parents, and last but not the least, all our dear viewers. A very good afternoon to one and all. It gives me immense pleasure and makes me feel privileged to get this golden opportunity to dispense the vote of thanks for this event to all the dignitaries assembled here. On behalf of the entire management of NIMS Dubai, I express wholehearted gratitude to all the guests who honored this event by sharing their experiences and their inspirational thoughts, which shall certainly be a living example for all the audience present here. Words fall short to express and showcase your contributions towards the society. Yet, I would say you all truly deserve a reward that is just incomparable. The commitments and contributions that you all have been making relentlessly make you all a living example and a true epitome of humanity. Thank you all for this work that you have been doing relentlessly. Once again, I thank one and all. And I also would like to thank our beloved principal, the leaders, the management, the staff members, the participants, the volunteers, and last but not the least, a valuable audience for making this event a grand success. Thank you all and have a nice day. With this, we come to an end of yet another episode of Human Library. Stay tuned for many more to. Thank you all. Have a nice day. With this, we disperse. Thank you.